everyone, we're here at Skógafoss, and if you've ever been here or you're planning on coming here, there are no drone signs everywhere. We have permission to fly here. So we went, got a permit, so it is possible to fly your drone legally in Skógafoss, but you need a permit. Don't just show up and start flying. Okay, so you can see the magnificent Skógafoss over there. There's also many tourists. So even though the permit doesn't specify anything, safety is always number one in my book. So I'm going to stay a little bit away from the tourists, and I'm just gonna try to get a really good shot of Skógafoss. All right, let's get it done. I'll put my glasses on because it's always good to see where you're going. So it's telling me gimbal motor overloaded, and that's because the gimbal was being stopped by a rock. I'm just going to restart it and then put it somewhere where the gimbal won't get overloaded. And there she goes. I'm going to point at, there you go. And now I'm going to start taking video. I'm just going to go up and forward. And it's very windy. It's very, very windy. But that's okay. We're going to do our best. I'm going to go forward and up. And now, as I go higher and higher, I'm going to bring my gimbal slightly down. And I can see the drone from where I am. And I'm going to go a little bit to the right. There you go. And now it's telling me that my altitude exceeds 400 feet, and that's fine. I just want a shot from like here. I'm going to back it up a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to stop the video right there, and I'm going to take a still. I like that. A little bit more down. And there you go. And now I'm going to take video again. I'm going to bring it back and down. And as I do that, I'm going to bring the gimbal up. So gimbal up. Come on. Oh, too fast. You know what? I'm going to redo that shot. I'm going to go back up. I'm going to go back up. I'm going to have the gimbal pointing completely down. So again, I'm repeating that shot. And there it is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So here we go. Back it up. Down. And as it comes down, gimbal up. That's what I'm talking about. Much better. Even lower than that. This is fantastic. I love this. So just from there, I'm going to stop the video. Going to take a still. I absolutely love this. And now I am going to back it up a little bit while taking video. So back it up. Bring the gimbal up so that we can see all the way to the end of the lake. See it? And we can see this just is plain magnificent. We can even see the top of the mountain here. So I'm going to keep on recording video, and now I'm going to go to the right while I yaw to the left. Again, this is a half orbit, and I could have automated this, but I don't think it's necessary. That's a great shot right there. Okay, I'm gonna straighten the falls a little bit. I'm gonna leave the gimbal where it is because I like that little bit of sky and I like to see the top. And now I'm going to slide to the left as I yaw to the right. These are very, very simple shots. Well, the one before wasn't so simple. You see the little rainbow? I love it. There's a rainbow here. And now I go to the other side. And this, folks, is Skógafoss. All right, I'm going to bring it back now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a picture from there. Just a still. I'm gonna go again. And take another still there. And another still there. And I'm just gonna now bring the drone back. And we're on this side of the river. So it tells me that is at 200 feet from where we are. So we should be seeing it. It is actually going a little bit farther. Okay, let me bring it closer to me. And it's okay because I'm still recording. And it should be right above us. And it is, I see it. And I'm just gonna bring it down. As I bring it down, as usual, I'm going to keep on recording. I'm gonna bring the gimbal up a little bit. And actually, that's magnificent. I'm gonna take a still there. Magnificent. I'm gonna keep on going down, take another still. That's what I'm talking about. Switch to video. And keep on recording. And I'm just bringing the drone down. I don't want to land it in the water, so I guess that would be a ditching, right? If it lands on water. So I'm just gonna land it probably in my hand. And there you have it, folks. This is Skógafoss by drone. Now let's get some stills. So now we're here, again at the falls, but this time I'm with my Fuji X-H2S, and I'm gonna take several shots from different angles. One of the ones that I wanna do is fast shutter speed so that we can get the falls pretty much the way that we see them right now. But then I also want to take a slow shutter speed one so that the water falling down just looks silky, creamy. All right, so we're going to play around with those settings. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my variable ND filter and I'm going to turn it so that it is at its minimum. That will allow me to have a faster shutter speed, and then when I take the picture, it'll be nice and crisp. So I have this set to 2-second delay. So I'm gonna press the shutter, remove my hands from the camera, and I'm gonna wait 2 seconds, and there it is. So I have a shutter speed of 3. Let's see what that looks like. And now I'm gonna look at it. And no, it's still too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the ISO so that this is a little bit faster. So I'm going to increase the ISO to maybe 1000. And that will allow me to make the shutter speed faster. And now I will look at the picture. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you want to make this even faster, you could completely remove the ND filter, or you could increase the ISO a little bit more. So I'm going to do this just for now. I'm going to increase the ISO to just, I don't know, maybe 5000. And that will allow me to have a very fast shutter speed. I have a shutter speed of 125 now. And yeah, you can see that the water is nice and crisp and all of that. So now I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm going to change my aperture so that it is the closest that it can be. In this lens, that is a 16. And now I'm going to make sure that the ND filter is really close. And now I'm going to slow down the shutter speed so that the shutter stays open for longer, and then it grabs all that motion blur from the water. And let's see what that looks like. And you know what? It can be even silkier. So I'm going to reduce the ISO very much. I'm going to put it on an 80. And now let's have the shutter speed be very slow. I am going to just make sure it's in focus. There it is. 8 seconds, folks. 8 seconds. That's insane. Well, let's see what it comes out with, you know? Ooh, talk about motion blur. Let's try it again, not so much, right? So now I'm going to open the aperture a little bit, and I'm going to make this faster. This is now 1 second exposure. 1 second. Let me look at it. And we have a winner. 1 second it is. So now that I have that setting, I have the picture that I need from here. Let's move it to a different place. I'm thinking. Let's go maybe to the other side, maybe a little bit closer. I don't want to get too close because there's a lot of moisture coming from that waterfall. And I don't want all of that moisture getting into my camera. So I'm thinking that a different angle, maybe just from around, say here, would actually work really well. So all of the settings are what I had. I just need to make sure that the camera is straight. That's what I'm talking about. And let me address all of the people here. Well, not address them, right? I'm not going to talk to them. But I'm going to address the fact that there are so many people. In my opinion, it's okay. It brings proportion to the waterfalls. I mean, you get a sense on how big these waterfalls are because of the people. And not only that, it gives it a sense, this is just my opinion, of warmth. So I much prefer to have people in my shots than not. It's just important that they are not recognizable, especially if you're using this for some kind of commercial endeavor. So that's good right there, and here we go. Gonna look at it. Magic settings. Those were the settings we needed. 1 second exposure. Now I want to take the faster one, so I'm gonna open the aperture and maybe even increase the ISO if I have to. Let me try that one. I have a shutter speed of 15 and an f1.4. Let me take a look at that. And that's pretty good. But to quote my friend Carl, but we can do better. So let me increase the ISO here. I'll do maybe a 500. And now I can bring that shutter speed even faster. So this is an 80. Let's see what that does. Let's take a look at it. That's what I'm talking about. That's the setting from this point. So we have now drone footage, drone pictures. We have several good pictures here. All I really have left to do is I'm going to take a little bit of static video with this camera. This camera shoots 6K, and that's it. Then we can move on to the next one.